Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. Hey, I thought we'd talk a little bit today about a distinction that I like to make between my Tai Chi practice and my practice of Tai Chi Chuan. Let me explain a little bit. Tai Chi is just the word the Chinese came up with for this unforced balance, this principle of yin and yang, hard and soft, in balance, which they considered a universal principle underlying all this apparent chaos and confusion and multiplicity of things. Underneath it, there's this yin and yang balance going on. And Tai Chi practice, to me, the way I look at it, is that it's about a study of unforced balance. It's a study of the balance between the hard and soft aspects of life. It's the larger umbrella to me. One of the practices that I use to enhance my ability to keep my balance, to notice when I'm off balance and make the corrections that are needed in every area of my life. One of the practices that really helps me do that is Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi Chuan is a martial art based on that practice. It includes the slow motion, movements that you see people doing, and it includes partner work and pushing hands and martial training, all kinds of different exercises. Tai Chi is an infinite practice. It is a wide open exploration of a general principle of unforced balance and how does that manifest itself in life. Tai Chi Chuan is a finite practice designed by flawed, regular human beings who had agendas, or have agendas, who miss things, who understand some things better than others. It's a finite practice, and it's a good one. But for me, unless it's infused with that overall larger umbrella of practice, it's going to be missing some things. For instance, if you just did a typical Tai Chi practice using solo forms and partner work, you might not develop much upper body strength. If you wanted to develop upper body strength, you'd have to do exercises that aren't necessarily in the Tai Chi Chuan curriculum, but which will help your Tai Chi Chuan if you do them. For instance, I've been working on developing strength over the last couple years, even the last year, more intensively and successfully, and I've done it largely using practices that I learned in Tai Chi Chuan. I learned to go systematically, to go slow, to avoid too much strain, to really listen. I'm prone to soft tissue injury in my joint, so I've had to be really careful with how much strain. I don't want to overdo it. When I overdo it, I usually get injured, and so I have to step back and not do it for a while and then build up again. But I've kind of found a good balance with this now, where I'm developing more strength without injuring myself, which is great. But I had to do exercises that aren't part of the Tai Chi Chuan curriculum to do that. Push-ups, pull-ups, some kettlebell work, some hand weight work, and as a consequence, the strength that I've developed from doing that has really affected my Tai Chi Chuan, the art, very positively in every way that I can think of. As I've gotten stronger in my legs and stronger in my upper body, I find that I'm more able to relax. It supports my relaxation more than when I just worked on relaxing. So, some teachers will say to avoid weight training completely, to avoid any kind of strength building because all you need is chi. In my experience, those people aren't very strong, and they're not really actually that good at martial arts either, because they deal mainly with compliant students, and they use parlor tricks and all kinds of ways to show you that you don't need strength. But all around the world, in every martial art that you can think of, the top people, meaning even just the top 10% of them, are all stronger than the average person. Why is that? Strength is needed in martial arts. It's important. So, the art will give you a certain regime and a certain number of exercises to do, but you might want to reach outside that art. And so this is what I've done, say, with strength training. I've reached outside the usual curriculum, but I've done it in a Tai Chi-esque way, and I've brought it into my Tai Chi Chuan to good effect so far. But this is true all over the place. I think of my Tai Chi practice as over a big umbrella. Underneath that, there is my Tai Chi Chuan practice. There is my practice of singing. There is my practice of songwriting. There is my practice of being in relationship, intimacy with my wife and my friends and my students. There's a practice of teaching. There's a practice of developing strength. There's a practice of developing wind and cardiovascular health. There's a practice of riding my bike through town, dealing with constantly texting and distracted drivers out there, and walkers, and other bikers who are also on their frickin' phones. These are all practices that I consider part of my overarching Tai Chi practice, even though they are very different in application. So I think it's a good thing, at least for me, to recognize that I have an overarching mission, a larger umbrella of practice that I call Tai Chi practice, the study of unforced balance and natural responsiveness, and then there's the specific art of Tai Chi Chuan and the specific art of songwriting or the specific art of teaching or building strength or doing these other sub-practices to that. They're all the Tai Chi practice. Tai Chi practice is the central practice of my life. It's the hub of my existence, really. It's the thing that interests me about everything in the world, is the way it reflects and expresses and deals with balance. You know, balance is important to me. Not a forced balance, not a held balance, not a made balance, but the intrinsic, natural balancing that's happening all the time. I shouldn't even say balance, I should say balancing, because balance is a verb, not a noun. Nothing stays still for a second. Everything is constantly changing, including me. So I have to be listening for those changes and making those corrections as I go. If I'm the way I was a second ago, I'm not in balance. So even if I just stand perfectly still, I'm going to start falling over. So to be still really is an illusion. There's a kind of less active, less dynamic movement, but I'm making constant little corrections because I'm changing, the world's changing, and I need to, be making corrections if I'm going to stay with it. So again, helpful for me to differentiate between my Tai Chi practice and my Tai Chi Chuan practice. The Tai Chi practice helps my Tai Chi Chuan. My Tai Chi Chuan helps my Tai Chi, my overall Tai Chi. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of thing. I do a lot of Tai Chi videos, do a lot of music videos, nature videos, and occasional stab of humor. And you can also visit GeneBurnett.com for more information about me and what I do. And again, thanks for watching.